Hello friends, welcome to Audiobook Daily. Today we'll talk about Mind Management, Not Time Management by David Kadavy, published in 2020. It was well past midnight. A young designer sat hunched over his desk, surrounded by sticky notes, alarms, timers, and a crowded calendar. He had tried everything: productivity hacks, time blocking, planners. Yet his most important creative work remained untouched. He stared at the clock and whispered, "If only I had more time." Just then, an older creative mentor walked by, saw his frustration, and said with a kind smile, "Time is not your problem. Your mind is." The young designer frowned. "What do you mean?" The mentor replied, "You don't need more hours. You need the right state of mind in the hours you already have. Organize your mind, and time will take care of itself." That was the moment he discovered the core truth behind David Kadavy's philosophy. You don't manage time. You manage your mind to create your best work. David Kadavy's book tears apart the traditional productivity model that says you must schedule every minute of your day. Instead, he shows that creativity, deep work, and meaningful output come from managing your mental states, not your clock. Here are the core ideas. 1. Time management fails because the mind doesn't work on a clock. Kadavy explains that traditional productivity tools, lists, deadlines, time blocks, work for mechanical tasks. But for creative, strategic, or emotional work, they fail. Because creativity comes in waves. Focus rises and falls. Emotions shift. Energy fluctuates. Insight appears unpredictably. So instead of forcing work into time slots, Kadavy teaches us to match work with mental states. 2. Your brain has modes, not hours. Kadavy introduces the idea that work should be aligned with brain modes, such as creative mode ideas, writing, strategy; productive mode execution, structuring, refining; administrative mode emails, organizing, logistics; learning mode reading, absorbing, exploring. If you try to do creative work in an administrative mood, you fail. If you try to write while mentally drained, you struggle. Success comes when you work with the brain, not against it. 3. Protect your highest value mental states. Not all mental states are equal. Some moments are priceless, short bursts of clarity, inspiration, or flow. Kadavy says, guard your creative energy like gold. This means, avoid morning distractions. Don't begin your day with emails. Keep the brain's freshest moments for your deepest work. Capture ideas instantly before they fade. Creativity is delicate. Once interrupted, it may not return for hours. 4. Create forcing functions for focus. Kadavy introduces the concept of forcing functions, small environmental constraints that trigger productivity. Examples: using a simple writing tool, no internet; working in a cafe to limit distraction; setting a soft time boundary for flow; having a dedicated creative playlist; sitting in a specific spot only for deep work. The goal is to design your environment so your mind naturally slips into the desired state. 5. Use the creative sprints method. Traditional schedules say, work from 9 to 5. Kadavy says, capture creative sparks through short, intense bursts. Creative sprints. Maximize high-energy brain moments. Avoid burnout. Allow ideas to simmer. Produce more originality. A 30-minute focus sprint can produce more value than 3 hours of forced effort. 6. Work with the seasons of your mind. Kadavy says that creativity has seasons. Inspiration season, exploring, imagining. Growth season, building, shaping. Harvest season, polishing, refining. Rest season, stepping back, recharging. When you embrace these seasons, you stop fighting your mind and start collaborating with it. Every project grows faster when you allow it to breathe. 7. Don't force productivity, design for it. Kadavy emphasizes one idea repeatedly. Make the right work the easiest work to do. That means designing your environment and habits so your best work happens naturally. Remove distractions. Simplify tools. Create rituals. Build momentum. Reduce resistance. When your systems support your mind, creativity becomes consistent instead of chaotic. 8. The compound effect of creative investment. Each small action you take, writing 100 words, capturing one idea, improving a skill, compounds over time. Kadavy calls this creative investment. Instead of thinking in days, think in decades. Incremental creative deposits, massive long-term results. Success is not built through time management, but through mind management rituals that build over years. 9. Flow is the goal. Everything in the book leads to one core purpose. Achieving flow, the state where your mind, energy, and creativity synchronize. Flow produces deep insight, high-quality output, emotional satisfaction, efficiency without stress. It's not found on a schedule. It's created through managing mental states, protecting attention, and designing work around your brain's natural patterns. The day the designer finally understood. A few months later, the young designer returned to the same desk, but everything felt different. He no longer fought the clock. He no longer chained his creativity to calendars. He no longer blamed himself for being unproductive. He now woke up and asked, "What does my mind need right now?" Some mornings he wrote pages of ideas. Some afternoons he refined his design work. Some evenings he read or explored new inspirations. Slowly his projects improved. Clients praised him. He felt lighter, freer, more alive. One day he saw the mentor again and said, "You were right. I didn't need more hours. I needed more alignment. Once I managed my mind, my time finally made sense." The mentor smiled gently. "Remember," he said, "your mind is your real calendar. Manage it well, and your life will follow." Thank you for listening. See you in next Audiobook Daily.